So, welcome. This is a 75-minute Vinyasa flow class. My name is Kelly, and if you received the email with the playlist, the link to the playlist, it's my Spotify playlist. It's under Garuda. So you can certainly use that playlist for today's practice, or you don't have to. I will, if you do want to use it, I'll let you know when to start it. So just start out by finding a comfortable seat. So we are going to work towards a peak posture today. We also did this on Friday. So if you practiced with me on Friday, maybe you'll get a little bit farther today. We have a little bit more time to warm up into it. We'll also have some more options as we move through our practice. And I want you to remember that you can take what serves you and leave what does not. So as we're moving through practice, feel free to modify as you need. I will always hopefully give you options if something isn't working for you. For props for today's practice, because we are going to work into the shoulders and do some binding, a strap is nice. If you don't have a strap, it is absolutely fine to just use like a dish towel. That'll work too. It's anything that's going to make an extension of your arms. So if you can't quite reach, you can use a dish towel instead if you don't have a yoga strap, or a scarf. I always like to use blocks. I'll show you how you can use them, but if you don't have blocks, that's okay. You could use books or anything else that you could put under your hands that you think that might help you. So again, we're going to go ahead and find a comfortable seat. And we're going to start with a mudra, because I like to include mudras in classes. And again, this isn't your thing, you can feel free to skip it. But as the playlist is called Garuda, we're going to find Garuda mudra. And I'll explain who Garuda is in just a moment. So you can take your thumbs and you can hook your thumbs together, and then your fingers fly free. So Garuda is an eagle, so you can kind of think about eagle wings here. And you can take those hands and place them on your heart if you'd like, or you can take them in front of your body. And perhaps you just close down your eyes for a moment and just take a couple of breaths arriving for your practice. So in Hinduism, Garuda is divine eagle-like sunbird, and he is the king of the birds. He's a powerful creature in the epics whose wing flapping can stop the spinning of heaven and earth. Garuda is described as the personification of courage, protection, and his dharma is to carry Lord Vishnu. So he has a very important job. He helps Lord Vishnu to swoop in and battle demons, especially the serpent demon that they like to battle. So Garuda, very powerful. You can think of him as we're moving through our practice today. I'll offer the mudra a couple times along in our practice. And again, it's something that you can leave if it's not something that you're into. Let's take a breath together. Inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, and release. Well, you can release the mudra if you'd like. Let the eyes blink open. And for a moment, we're going to bring our attention to our shoulders. Again, I said today we're going to work a lot into our shoulders with some binds. And shoulders are a very delicate and complicated joint. I really want you to take care of your shoulders. If something we're doing today isn't serving you, definitely modify. If you're ever feeling pain or sharp shooting pain, especially, or burning, back out. Find a modification that works better for you. But what we're going to bring our awareness to is not only keeping the shoulders away from the ears, but I want you to think about the shoulder blades on your back. So just a moment, bring the front of the shoulders forward and see if you could think about squeezing the blades together. Yes, and then let the shoulders drop down. From here, keeping the blades on the back, just begin to circle the shoulders up and then back. So those shoulder blades are staying on the back, but you're feeling them move a little bit here. So just bringing some movement into the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's stop in the center and we'll take it back the other direction. So now circling them forward. Now the shoulder blades come apart from one another, and you might feel them come off of the back, and that's absolutely fine. yogis. Go ahead and stop and then hold on to your knees for a moment and then just gently begin to stir the upper body around the lower body. This is called Sufi grinds. This is a nice way to warm up the hips. It also warms up the spine. You can kind of turn this a little bit into rounding and arching the back if that feels good for you. Go ahead and stop in the center and let's take it back the other direction. And if you're using your playlist, now would be a good time to start it. As you can see, we kind of have a bird theme today. So our peak posture that we'll be working into is called Bird of Paradise. We'll have some options to take if Bird of Paradise doesn't work for you. You can go ahead and stop into the center. We'll have some other options for some avian-like postures as we move through today's class as well. Beautiful. Continuing to warm up here. Bring your left hand onto your right knee and then reach your right arm across your body. As you do this, use that leverage of the hand on the knee to maybe come in just a little bit deeper to this side bend. Feeling the stretch in the right side body. Beautiful. As you inhale, rise up, find a cactus arm with that right arm, and then gently twist over to the right. So do that a couple times. Inhale, come up through center, take the side bend. And then rise up through center, find that cactus arm and a gentle twist to the right, opening the chest. One more time, inhale, come up through center, find the side bend, maybe you come in just a little bit deeper. And as you inhale, rise up, find the cactus arm and take that twist. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through center. We'll reach both arms up for a moment and again find the cactus arms. Open the chest and very gently just twist to the right and left a couple of times. Beautiful. Let the hands come down in front of you. Crawl the fingertips forward and take a forward bend for a moment. And rise up, walk the hands back in and behind you, lean back, uncross the legs and switch the crossing of the legs. Beautiful. From here, we'll take the other side. So the left hand holds on to the right knee. This time the left arm reaches up and over the right arm. You guys have it right. There we go. Doing the other side. It's your left arm reaching up and over this time, feeling that stretch in the left side body. Inhale, rise up, find the cactus arm, and again, twist over towards the left. Inhale, come back through center, find that side body stretch. Inhale, rise up, cactus arm, and twist. One more time, inhale, find that side body stretch, perhaps just a little bit deeper. And then rise up, cactus that arm, feel that stretch in the shoulder and chest as you twist. Gently releasing, come back to center, inhale, release, lift the arms up. And then as you exhale again, find those cactus arms on both sides this time. Really open the chest and feel the collarbones widen. And then again, gently begin that twist left and right, warming up the spine here. Beautiful. And one more time, you can let the hands come down in front of you and begin to crawl the hands forward. Again, finding a forward fold. And then walk the hands back in towards the body. You can roll over the knees or uncross the legs and sit to the side. We're going to find child's pose. Now, if you have blocks at home, I'm going to show you a variation you can use with blocks for child's pose to get a little bit more into the shoulders. So the knees are as wide as works for your body, big toes touch. If you'd like, bring your hands onto blocks here as you bring the forehead down. That just creates a little bit more space here for the shoulders to stretch. If you don't have blocks, that's absolutely fine. Maybe you widen your hands a little bit if that feels better in your shoulders and chest. We'll take a couple breaths here. Beautiful, and we'll gently lift up. If you have the blocks, you can take them with you or you can lose the blocks. We're going to walk our hands over to the right corner of our mats. So then you can fold again. So taking a little lateral stretch this time. You can stay here, or if it's okay in your body, you could find thread the needle, threading your left arm underneath the right and coming down onto the left temple. Press down into your left hip as you do this. Press down into the left shoulder and feel the stretch underneath the shoulder blade on the left side. We'll release the bind. If you've taken it, walk the hands back through center, and then we'll walk them over to the left side of the mat. Again, finding a fold, feeling the stretch in the right side body. And again, we have the option here to take thread the needle. Bring the right arm underneath the left, come down onto the right temple. Again, can you press down through your left hip? And press down through your right shoulder. Beautiful. Gently rise up. Let the hand come back forward for a moment. Stretch the side body as you find child's pose. And then gently rise up. We'll find one more stretch here. This one's for the triceps. So again, if you have the blocks, you can use them. If not, you don't need them. You can bring the elbows down onto the mat or blocks. Bring the hands together, and then bring the hands behind the back of the neck. That's in the nape of the neck, and you should feel the stretch in the triceps here. Beautiful, yogis. Releasing that, you can set the blocks off to the side for now, and we'll find tabletop position. So rising up, find the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees, fingertips pointing forward, and widen the fingertips here as much as is comfortable for you, and then kind of grasp the fingertips into the floor for a moment. We're going to continue to warm up our spine. Cow pose. As you inhale, drop the belly, look up, tailbone up. As you exhale, chin to chest, press the earth away, round the spine. This is cat. Move this a couple times. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, tailbone up. And exhale, chin to chest, press the earth away. Beautiful. Continue on with your own breath, finding some movement here on your own. In our Vinyasa classes, we use our wrists quite a bit. So if you'd like, maybe you turn your hands away from one another and find a couple of rounds of cow and cat. Perhaps circling around the wrists, again, being very gentle here with what works in your body. Continuing on with the movement, as a final variation, if you'd like, you could turn your fingers back towards your thighs. Again, stretching out the wrists, the forearms, maybe you bring your hips back a little bit here. Bringing some movement into it. And eventually we'll meet again in that neutral tabletop. We're going to take another warm up here for our shoulders. So as you inhale, I want you to lift your left arm up. Now I want that left arm to basically come out of the left shoulder. So we're not going to lift it up too high. You can see my mobility doesn't actually let me even lift it up shoulder height. So have it here. Palm is facing down. Now bring it all the way out to the side, like you're swinging it around towards the back. Keep the palm facing down. Once it reaches the back, flip the palm up so now the thumb is facing the body and lower it down. Keeping the palm up, lift the hand up. Now flip the palm, palm down, thumb away. Reach the arm back around the front and then lower the hand down. We're going to do that one more time, just articulating into that shoulder carefully. Lifting the left arm up, palm down. Swim it out to the side, around to the back. Sometimes we call this airplane arms. Now flip the palm, palm up, thumb towards the body. Lower it down. Lift the left hand up. Flip the palm, and then bring it all the way around back to the front. Back underneath that left shoulder. Beautiful. We'll take the right side now. So as you inhale, lift that right arm up and forward, palm facing down. Swim the arm all the way around to the back. Now flip the palm up, thumb towards the body, drop it down. Inhale, lift it up. Flip the palm, swim it around to the front, and then drop it down. Beautiful, one more time. Inhale, lift the right hand up. Palm stays facing down as you swim it around to the back. Now flip the palm, palm up, thumb facing the body, lower it down. Lift it up, flip the palm, swim it around to the front, and lower the right hand down to meet the left. Beautiful, one round of cow and cat. As you inhale, drop the belly, look up, tailbone up. Exhale, chin to chest. Press the earth away. Beautiful. Coming back to neutral spine, we're going to have an option here to come into Anahata Asana, heart-melting pose, or puppy dog pose. So I want to show you this from the side because your hips stay high over your knees. Now for me, I need to widen my hands apart and I spin my fingers away from one another. Then I begin to walk the hands forward and I bring the chest down. Maybe the chin comes down, maybe it's just the forehead that comes down. Find whatever works for you. And again, if widening your hands doesn't work in your body, you can keep your hands more narrow. Just for me, when I widen my hands, I can come in just a little bit deeper. Take just a couple of breaths here in this very large heart opener. Beautiful yogis. From here, rise up just enough to come all the way down onto the belly. So coming down onto the belly, we're going to find those cactus arms. So find cactus arms, and then forehead can just touch down in the center. From here, bend the knees and let the soles of the feet come up towards the ceiling. And then very gently begin a windshield wipe back and forth. Now you have an option here to take a pec stretch, or the front of the chest. So if you'd like, you could let yourself rock up onto each side carefully, and feeling a little stretch maybe into the front of the chest and also for the back. Take a couple of those. Beautiful, and then gently come into the center, let the legs come out long. From here, we're going to find half frog pose. So let that left knee come in towards the body. So the left leg stays attached to the earth. You can flex the left toes. We're opening the left hip here. Now from here, lift up enough. We're going to find thread the needle. So bring your right arm underneath your left and come down onto your right temple. So the left knee stays exactly where it is. Let your left hand come up towards the ceiling and then take it over to the other side. So we're taking a supine twist. We're just coming in a different way. I like to take the right hand to the outside of my left knee. I'm keeping my knee attached right now. So I'm feeling the stretch more into the chest and the pec. Beautiful. Gently let that left hand arc back across. Hands come underneath the shoulders to lift yourself up. And again, we'll find cactus arms and let your left leg go out long. We'll take that same thing on the other side. So half frog first. So bring the right knee in this time towards the body. So think a 90-degree angle in that right leg. Flex the toes. Take a moment here in half frog to feel the external rotation of the right hip. And then we lift up enough to find thread the needle. So taking the left arm underneath the right. So coming down onto the left temple, hands together, and then lift your right arm up towards the sky and take it over to the other side. Again, I take the left hand to the outside of the right knee to encourage the knee to stay down. And then I feel that stretch in my pec in front of the chest. My right arm doesn't reach the ground, and that's absolutely okay. Beautiful, yogis. Bring that right arm back across. We find crocodile pose again for a moment. This time we can stack the palms, let the legs come out long. Just take a breath here, nice grounding posture. Beautiful, yogis. Bringing some more movement in. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and press yourself back up to tabletop. And then right away, you can walk your hands a little forward, tuck your toes, and come up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maybe begin by moving your dog around a little bit, bending into each opposite knee, taking your dog for a walk. Press your hands into the earth and see if you can have your ears even with your biceps. Relax the shoulders here. Now try to roll the blades away from one another. So we're gonna rotate those armpits down here, widening the back in downward facing dog. Let's take a couple breaths together here. Inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale and release. We'll do that again. Inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale and release. One more time, inhale in through the nose, open the mouth, exhale and release. Begin to walk your hands back towards your feet at the back of your mat to find your first forward fold, Uttanasana. Have a generous bend in your knees here. So stomach is connected to the thighs. You can wrap fingers around the opposite elbow here, find ragdoll pose. Or perhaps you just let your fingertips sway back and forth. Have a little movement here, warming up the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Beautiful, yogis. Coming into stillness, find forward fold. As you inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Let your fingers slide onto your shins. So lift up so that your shoulders are even with your hips. You have a nice long, flat back here, spine and extension. Exhale and fold. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. Exhale and fold. You can keep the knees bent here. As you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Reach the arms forward and up for this first time. You can look up if you would like. And then exhale, hands to heart center, find Samasthiti. Beautiful, release the arms down, inhale, circle them up. As you exhale, bend into your elbows and find those cactus arms. Beautiful, inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Do that again with a little change. Reach the arms down and then inhale, reach them up. As you exhale, again, find your cactus arms. This time, begin to bend your knees. So we're going to come into a chair pose, but we're going to have cactus arms. So the feet can be apart, or you could bring the feet together if you would prefer. Hug the navel into the spine. Sit down just a little bit deeper. Yes, glance down. You can see your toes over your knees. Lift your tailbone down, engage the core. From here, open the arms out wide. So the thumbs are pointing up right now, palms forward. As you exhale, I want you to turn your thumbs down and rotate your shoulders. Maybe the palms end up facing back up. Inhale, rotate them again. So we're just rotating those thumbs to the front and back, circling those shoulders to the best of your ability. Couple more. Beautiful, yogis. Now as you inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, take your dog for a walk. Find downward facing dog. Beautiful. Once you find your downward facing dog, as you inhale, roll forward into high plank. Take your time to get there. Eventually the shoulders arrive over the wrists. Hug your navel into your spine. Try to flatten the back here by hugging the navel in, using the core. Heels are right over the toes. Inhale. As you exhale, drop your knees down, untuck your toes. Bend the elbows. They come in towards the body as you lower yourself all the way down onto the belly. Now here the hands are under the shoulders. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Press the pelvic bones into the floor. And then as you inhale, gently lift up, baby cobra. Beautiful. Exhale, lower down. Take your hands out a little bit wider this time. Tense your fingertips up. I like to call these spider hands. As you inhale, rise up, cobra pose. As you exhale, drop your right shoulder, look over your left. Inhale, come back to center, other side. Left shoulder down, look over your right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up high, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale and release. Inhale, look forward in between your hands. Come up onto your tippy toes and then begin to walk forward to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up over the top of the head. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to find some variations of Sun A here. We're going to find a different arm variation to continue to warm up the shoulders here. Release the arms down and then inhale, reach them up. As you exhale, swim the arms back in space and see if you can interlock the fingers here. Finding a fist, maybe the palms are together, maybe they're not. Maybe you have your dish towel behind you or your strap. Let that fist come down towards the earth, keeping it attached to the sacrum. Lift your chest up, and then as you exhale, bend into your knees and begin to fold. Keeping those arms along the back for now. Now, as you arrive down there, if it's okay in your body, you can let that fist come away from your body and you mount. Beautiful. We'll release that bind. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your feet back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, roll forward to high plank. This time it's up to you. Knees are up or down. We're going to lower all the way down onto the belly. Again, keep the elbows by the sides as you lower down. Once you reach the belly, reach your arms out in front of you, thumbs facing up. So we're gonna find some variations of locust pose here. As you inhale, lift your head up and then lift your right arm and left leg. Beautiful, exhale, lower down. Other side, left arm, right leg. Beautiful, lower down. We're gonna do that again. So opposite arm, opposite leg, just warming up the spine. Beautiful, now lower down. Find those cactus arms out to the side. As you inhale, lift your chest and arms up, head lifts up. Now maybe legs lift up if you would like. And from here, reach the arms around, swing them back in space, and again, find that interlace of the hands. It's called Yoga Mudra Seal. Try to lengthen the spine here. Legs can still be down if you would prefer. Inhale. As you exhale, release that down onto the mat. Release the hands. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up through tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, look forward, prepare. Walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms up over the top of the head. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. A couple more rounds of Surya Namaskar A together. Release the arms down. Inhale, reach them up. As you exhale again, swing those arms around in space. Find that Yoga Mudra Seal. Press that fist away, lift up. As you exhale, forward fold. Again, taking a moment here, you can let that fist come any amount away from your body. If you press your palms back together, you'll find a little bit of a different stretch as you do that. Beautiful. Release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant the hands. This time we step back to high plank. Again, options here. Knees are up or down. This time you might lower halfway down, chaturanga, to find upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Beautiful. We have lots of variations of vinyasa here. You can take whatever you like, leave what you don't, taking cobra, taking locust, taking up dog, using the knees or not. Also, a slight note as we go through class, know that you can just take a cow and cat as your vinyasa as well. Beautiful. We'll take one more round. Inhale, look forward, prepare. Walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up over the top of the head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the arms, inhale, reach them up. As you exhale again, find that bind. Maybe you move the fingers over one digit this time. Make it feel awkward. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, bend into the knees, forward fold. Find that stretch. Beautiful, releasing the fingers. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back to high plank. And again, you have your options here. You could lower halfway down, you could lower all the way to belly. As you're ready to inhale, find your variation of a back bend. Cobra up dog or locust. And exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Beautiful, getting into our first round of flow here. Let's take a breath together first. Inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale and release. Inhale, look forward, prepare. Come up high onto the toes, bend the knees, walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up over the top of the head. And exhale, hands to heart center. We find Utkatasana chair pose. So again, the toes can be together or the feet hips width distance. Bend into those knees, sit down. Beautiful. From here, as you inhale, reach the arms forward. The biceps can be even with the cheekbones here. Thumbs facing up, spin the pinky fingers towards one another. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, airplane the arms. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, airplane the arms. Beautiful. From here, find a forward fold. Plant the hands, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Bring the left knee down, untuck the toes. This is supported low lunge. As you inhale, the chest comes forward. Bend a little bit more into that right knee. As you exhale, straighten that front leg. Walk your hands back. Flex the right toes in towards the face. This is Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey splits. Beautiful. As you inhale, rebend into that right knee. Walk the hands forward. Now tuck the left toes, lift the left knee up. We'll find easy twist. As you inhale, let your right arm reach up towards the sky. Hug your right knee in towards the center line. Inhale here. As you exhale, right hand comes down. Straighten both legs this time. Modified pyramid pose. Beautiful. From here, press into your hands. Bring your right foot back to meet your left. You're in downward facing dog. You can stay here or take a vinyasa if you'd like. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. As you exhale, chaturanga dandasana. As you inhale, find your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Now bend the knee, open the hip. Let the right heel come towards the left glute. Rolling that right hip open, but turning the right shoulder down. Beautiful. As you inhale, reach that right leg long, three-legged dog. As you exhale, knee hugs into belly and then steps all the way forward. Turn your left heel down, 45 degrees. Now for me, I need to really separate my feet here. We're finding warrior one stance. So set up this first one. So the left toe should point towards the left front corner of the mat. Bend into that right knee, and as you're ready, inhale, rise up, warrior one. Gently trying to turn that left hip forward as you bend a little bit deeper into that right knee. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, find the cactus arms here. Beautiful. From here, we're going to cross the right elbow over the left. So we're finding eagle arms, and you can find a single wrap with a hug, or perhaps finding the double wrap with palms together, or hook the thumbs and find Garuda mudra if you would like. Inhale, reach the elbows up, feel the stretch. And as you exhale, hinge forward, just gently fold. Keeping the belly off the thighs here, or off the thigh. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to release the arms and bring the hands to the inside of the right foot. Turn your left heel up. You can step back a little bit if you need. Maybe bring the left knee down, untuck the toes. We've come into lizard lunge here. This is our first lizard. Just kind of feel this one out for a moment. Again, we're working into our hips a little bit. Won't be here long, but if you'd like to, you could come down onto your elbows, or you could come down onto blocks. Just a couple breaths. Beautiful. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Now for most of us, we need to turn the right foot slightly out. Tuck the left toes, lift the back left knee. Use your hands to help you here. We're going to step that left foot all the way forward to yogi squat or malasana. Now, if yogi squat's not for you, you could stay here a little bit more lifted, maybe with the hands on the thighs as support. If you can, eventually you can sink down into yogi squat. Now you can also sit on blocks here. Press the elbows to the insides of the knees, hands to heart center. Can you lift the chest? Keep the shoulder blades on the back here as you breathe. Beautiful. Yogis are released. Bring the hands down, lift your hips up, walk your feet in closer together, find forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up over the top of the head. And exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Beautiful. Release the arms down. Inhale, reach them up. Bend into those knees. Find Utkatasana, chair pose. Again, tilt the tailbone down, keep the core engaged. Biceps can just be even with the cheekbones here. Spin the pinkies in, inhale, reach. Exhale, airplane the arms. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, airplane. And then forward fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Bring the right knee down, untuck the toes. Again, supported low lunge. As you inhale, chest comes forward, bend a little bit deeper into that left knee. As you exhale, walk the hands back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey splits. So look back, can you see your right toes? If you can, move them over to try to hide them. You can flex the left toes in towards the face. We're warming up the backs of the legs here. Beautiful. As you inhale, crawl the hands forward, rebend into the front knee. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. We find easy twists. Right hand down, reach your left arm up. Hugging that left knee in towards the center line. Rotate that left shoulder open. Inhale. As you exhale, left hand comes down. Straighten that front leg. This is modified pyramid pose. This can be a nice place for blocks here if you would like. We're just here for a moment. Beautiful. Now press into your hands so that you can step your left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. And again, we have an option to take a vinyasa, or if you'd like, you could bring your knees down and maybe take a cow and cat pose to come back to downward facing dog. That can be your vinyasa, or you can just stay in down dog. Once we're all in down dog, we'll lift our left leg up, three-legged dog. Left toes face towards the floor. You can flex the foot. And then bend the knee, open the hip. Let that left heel come towards the right glute. And you turn the left shoulder back down. Beautiful. Inhale, reach that left leg long. As you exhale, hug that knee in towards the chest. Step the left foot all the way forward. You can use the left hand to help. And again, we set up our warrior one stance. So bring that right heel down, right foot 45 degrees. Maybe widening the feet a little bit. Find the stance here, find your stable base first, and then as you're ready, inhale, rise up. Attempt to turn that right hip gently forward, rebend into that left knee. Beautiful, and then inhale, reach. As you exhale, find your cactus arms. And again, we find eagle. This time the left elbow over the right. And again, you can find the double wrap here, maybe a single wrap, or hook the thumbs, find Garuda mudra. Inhale, reach the elbows towards the sky, and then as you exhale, begin to hinge forward and you mount. It doesn't have to be a big move. We're not quite humbling yet. So I want you to keep your belly off of your thigh here. Really load that left hip just for a moment. And then release the hands. The hands come to the inside of the left foot. Turn the right heel up. Bring the right knee down, untuck the toes. We've come back into lizard lunge. Again, maybe notice the difference of this side than the first. You can stay lifted here. You can come down onto your elbows if you prefer. It's okay to let that left knee come out a little bit away from the body. So we have a little bit of external rotation here and stretching into the groin. This is eventually where we're going. Beautiful, and then eventually bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Again, for me, I turn my left toes out a little bit because I like to turn my toes out in Malasana. If you don't need to, you don't have to. Tuck those right toes, lift the right knee, big transition. Step that right foot all the way up to meet the left. Find your variation of yogi squats. Take a couple breaths here. Again, pressing the elbows to the insides of the knees, trying to lengthen here. Lengthen the spine, widen the collarbones. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, hands down, lift your hips up, forward fold. We're not in downward facing dog. And then you can bring your feet a little bit closer together. We'll inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up over the top of the head. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Again, Utkatasana chair pose. Bend into those knees, reach the fingertips forward. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, airplane your arms. Beautiful. One time, inhale, reach forward. As you exhale, airplane your arms. Now you can stay here, or this time if you'd like a challenge, begin to lift your heels up. So this is drinking bird. So stomach can be connected to the thighs here for support. Find one point at the floor to stare at. You've had enough of that. The heels come down. Interlace your fingers around the front of your left knee and begin to rise up. Hugging the left knee into the chest just for a moment. Beautiful. And then release the hands. Let the left leg come all the way back. We're going to slowly go back through warrior 3. And then let the left toes land down. Find warrior 1 in the legs. You've been here before. Inhale, lift your arms up. So again, that back heel 45 degrees to the best of your ability. This time, swim your arms around in space. And again, find Yoga Mudra seal. Press the fist away. Inhale. As you exhale, this time we'll find humble warrior if that's in your practice. So you can fold down, maybe relax the head and neck. Take your right shoulder and try to attach it to the inside of your right knee. Press those two things together for leverage. Beautiful. As you inhale, use your core strength, rise up. Straighten that right leg. Take your right hand and pull your left hand around behind your hip. I'm going to turn around to show you this. So this is kind of a half bind. So I'm bringing my right arm around so my left hand is around my hip. Once I do that, I'm going to reach my right arm forward. Then I'm going to turn my feet to the side, feet parallel or toes in, heels out, and I'm going to hinge and fold. This is Prasarita, but the right hand is underneath the face here. Now you can stay here, or you could find a deeper bind. You can take your right hand somewhere to the outside of the left leg. So maybe it's the calf, maybe it's the outside of the foot. You could fold a little bit deeper, maybe even peek up towards the sky. Eventually, we'll release that left arm up. Let the left arm reach. Beautiful. And then we'll slowly release that. Bring the left hand in front of the face. We'll counter it by lifting the right arm up. Full right hand comes down, hands onto hips, lengthen the spine and slowly rise up. Beautiful. We're going to turn our toes to the side or back to the front of the mat, excuse me. So your right toes are in front. We're going to find Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. So you can widen the stance a little bit if you'd like. Toes are trying to point forward. So we have the option here to reach around the back and maybe hold on to opposite elbows. If that doesn't work for you, feel free to skip it or find a different variation of a bind. And begin to hinge at the hip and fold forward. Come halfway down, take your time here. Let's use this core strength, we're keeping the spine lengthened. Now as you'd like, perhaps you'd like to fold a little bit deeper. You can keep the bind or you can release it. Maybe the hands come down to either side of that right foot. Beautiful. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Plant your hands. You can bend into the knees a little bit. We're going to step that right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Again, our opportunity here to take a vinyasa, or you can just wait in downward facing dog. It's up to you. As we all reach downward facing dog, inhale, lift the right leg up. Again, bend the knee, open the hip just for a moment. Beautiful. And then inhale, reach the right leg long. Step the right foot in between the hands. Turn the left heel down 90 degrees this time. So warrior 2. Windmill your arms up and around. Virabhadrasana 2. Bend a little bit deeper into that front knee. Glance down the right fingertips. Flip the front palm, peaceful warrior. Left hand gently down the left leg, right fingertips reach up. Inhale here. As you exhale, Parsvottanasana, we find side angle. Right forearm onto the right thigh, left arm reaches up. Now options here, we could swim that left arm around the back. Palm is towards the, out away from the body, so back of the hand towards the body, half bind. Or maybe the right hand comes down towards the earth. If you'd like to try for the full bind and your arms don't reach, take your prop in your bottom hand, whether it's a strap or towel, and reach around and see if you can connect. And then maybe try to lift that left shoulder back up a little bit. Bend deeply into the right knee. Beautiful. One more breath here. Releasing any bind if you've taken it. Hands down and find lizard pose. So hands to the inside of that right foot and let that left knee or left heel turn up, and then left knee can come down, untuck the toes. Now know if you like a little bit more fire here, you can always keep that back knee tucked. Finding different variations of lizard, you could find a bind here. For the rest of us, we're going to take a little twist. So you can take your right hand to the inside of your right knee and gently press that right knee away. So coming out onto the knife edge of the right foot, perhaps you glance back if you would like towards your left toes. Beautiful, yogis, gently releasing your twist. Right hand back down, hands underneath shoulders. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Again, we're stepping that left foot forward, so you can turn the right foot out forward if you need to. You know where we're coming. Coming to our yogi squat. So option here to take a little twist. It doesn't matter which side you do first. Maybe right hand down, reach your left arm up. Come back to center, take it the other way. Beautiful, come back to center. So here you have the option to just bring your hands down and lift your hips up to find forward fold for a moment. If you'd like to take Bakasana or crow pose, if that's in your practice, I'm going to show you from the side for just a moment. So you can lift the hips up, find chaturanga arms. The important thing here is to keep the hips down low. You're not trying to lift yourself up, you're actually going to come forward. So I want you to look forward, chin up. Find chaturanga arms, maybe bring the knees to the back of the triceps, the inside of the armpits. See if you can just begin to gently come forward and maybe those toes lift any amount off the earth. Hug your glutes and heels together. It's not a lift up. I just went forward. Beautiful. When you're done playing with that, then you can bring your feet down, find forward fold. We all mate together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bring to rise. Arms up over the top of the hub. On exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Second side. Bend into those knees. Again, find Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach the fingertips forward. Inhale. As you exhale, airplane the arms. One time, inhale, reach forward. As you exhale, airplane the arms. And again, the option to find drinking bird. You're lifting those heels any amount off the earth. Find one point to focus on. Belly can be attached to the thighs here. And then as you exhale, bring your heels down. Interlace the fingers around the front of the right shin or knee, and bring the right knee up. It's called Ekapada Tadasana or crane pose. Beautiful, working on our balance. From here, we just kick back to touch through warrior three. So take your time. Slowly land your right foot down. We find warrior one, stance in the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, swim the arms around the back. Interlace the fingers. Find that yoga mudra seal. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, humble any amount. So maybe the belly comes onto the thigh for support, or come a little bit to the inside to find full humble warrior. And again, attach your left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Press the two into one another to find leverage. See if you can relax your head down. So you look back towards your right foot. Beautiful, yogis. From here, use your core strength to rise up, straighten that front leg. This time, the left hand brings the right arm around the back. So again, we're finding that half bind here. Once you find that, reach your left arm forward, and then turn to face the side. Feet parallel or toes in, heels out, and fold. Prasarita, again with the hand underneath the face, and you can stay here. Or if you'd like that bind, left hand somewhere to the outside of the right leg, maybe even the heel. And use that leverage to flow a little bit, turn and look, maybe feeling the stretch underneath the left shoulder blade. And from here, we release that right arm up towards the sky, free it out. Countering it with the other side, let the right hand come in front of the face, and then inhale, lift the left arm up. Hands come down underneath the shoulders. We're in halfway lift. Hands onto the hips. Use your core strength to slowly rise up. Keep the spine long. And then we turn the toes again to face the front of the mat. This time the left foot is in front. We're finding pyramid pose or Parsvottanasana. Again, you can separate the feet if you need. So we have that option to hold opposite elbows, or if reverse namaskar is in your practice, you can see if you can find prayer hands behind your back, or whatever works for you. Begin to hinge at the hip and fold. Fold halfway, use core strength and integrity here to lengthen the spine for a couple of breaths. And then as you'd like, you could fold in a little bit deeper. Perhaps you'd like to release the bind. Hands could be on blocks or either side of that left foot. Beautiful yogis here, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. We step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. And again, we have the option to rinse it out by taking a vinyasa, taking a cow and cat, or simply staying in downward facing dog. As we all arrive in down dog, inhale, lift your left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Beautiful, inhale, reach the left leg long. Step the left foot in between the hands, turn the right heel down 90 degrees this time. We're finding warrior two stance. Windmill the arms up and around, warrior two. Bend a little bit deeper into that left knee, glance down the left fingertips, the left middle finger. Flip the front palm, peaceful warrior, take it up and back, inhale. As you exhale, side angle, left forearm starts on the left thigh, right fingertips reaching. They can reach up. You can find Uttita, extended side angle, or swim that right arm around, find your half bind. Maybe the left hand approaches the floor. Maybe you'd like to snake that left hand around and see if you can connect the two hands for the full bind. Know that that's always optional. You find the full bind, try to continue to turn the right shoulder up here. We're opening that hip. One more breath here, wherever you are. Release any bind if you've taken it. Hands to the inside of that left foot. Turn the right heel up, right knee down, untuck the toes. Again, lizard lunge. You have your options here. If you want more fire, play with variations from lizard. For us, we'll take a twist, the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Gently press that left knee away. Come onto the knife edge of the left foot for a moment. You can turn back and look to the right toes if you would like. Take a couple breaths. Beautiful. Releasing your twist. Left hand down, hands underneath shoulders. Last time we'll take a transition this way. Tuck into your right toes. Lift your right knee. Look forward, step forward. Yogi squat, Malasana. Again, you have the option to take an open arm twist. If you'd like to take a bind on either side, feel free to do that. Also give you the opportunity to play with crow pose, again, if you would like, Vinyasa. Again, straighten the legs, enough to lift up, find chaturanga arms, look forward, keep the chin up, and maybe you roll yourself forward. I'm not doing so much of a tutorial on Vinyasa today, but if you have it in your practice, play with it. And then eventually we all meet in forward fold. Beautiful yogis. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up over the top of the head. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let the arms come down by the side for a moment. Just find Tadasana. So let the shoulders come away from the ears. Take a couple breaths here, just standing into the earth. We have one more round of flow with our peak posture challenge in it. Also have some stretches within that flow. So know lots of different variations you can take. Perhaps you'd like to take a child's pose and just rest for a bit. That's fine too. The nice thing about practicing at home is you can pause and then come back later. When we're ready, go ahead and blink the eyes open, bend into those knees. Second to last time, Utkatasana. Chair pose, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, airplane the arms. Again, we have that opportunity to find drinking bird, so we lift the heels up. Beautiful. And then the heels come down. Maybe this time you don't need to hold the knee. The left knee rises up into the chest, hands to heart center. Beautiful. We have the opportunity here to find eagle pose. So wrap that left leg around the right, left arm underneath. And again, you can find Garuda Mudra if you prefer. Sit down just a little bit deeper, just a nice stretch. Beautiful. And then as slowly as possible, we're going to begin to unwind. We're going to kick that left leg back and find warrior two. So very gently land that left foot down. Take your time, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior or peaceful warrior. Inhale. As you exhale, side angle. Beautiful. Again, working towards our peak posture. We find our bind first. Maybe a half bind. Maybe you're just working on the full bind. If you find the full bind and you'd like to play with bird of paradise, look down towards your right toes. Now remember how we stepped that left foot up to Malasana? Kind of do the same. Just start to step it up. It doesn't have to come all the way. Maybe then the right foot comes to meet the left. Now notice that I'm just on my tippy toe here, so my right heel is lifted. Maybe I stay here and this is plenty for me today. If I'd like to work bird of paradise, keep a little bend in your left knee as you begin to rise up. Maybe the right leg extends out. If bird of paradise is not for you, maybe stand up and find tree pose on the right side. You're working on opening the right hip and balance. Couple breaths here. Eventually one day, maybe you can straighten the right leg. I don't know if that'll ever happen for me. Beautiful. When you had enough of bird of paradise, slowly unwind. Let go of the bind. We find forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands onto the earth or blocks. Lift your left leg up just for a moment. This is supported warrior three. If you'd like, you could walk your hands back to find standing splits just for a stretch. Beautiful. Walk the hands back forward. We're going to find a Shiva squat. So bend into your right knee, bend into the left. Fit the left knee behind the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, Shiva squat. This time we let that left shin come down and we slowly lower ourselves down. So we're already in our Mardha Matsyendrasana legs. So that right knee is pointing up, right foot to the outside of the left knee. Right hand behind you, left hand hugs the right knee and find a gentle twist. Beautiful. You release your twist, come back to center, and then find the counter twist. And then come back to center, and we're going to find 90-90 in our legs for a minute. So let that right leg come undone, and then swing it to the back. So the left shin, and I'm not going to mirror you, so I'm going to look opposite of you. Your left shin is parallel to the short edge of the mat. See if you can get your knee and hip lined up, and then your knee and ankle lined up. And then the right leg is back, same idea. Hip, knee, ankle. Stay here for a moment. You can begin to fold forward if that feels good. Now keeping the left shin parallel to the mat from this stretch, lift up just a little and see if you can begin to inch your right leg back a little bit. Now you can keep the right ankle attached to the earth and right knee. So we're kind of approaching a pigeon shape, but we're taking it a little bit differently today. Now if pigeon is in your practice and really easy for you, then you can kind of tuck your back toes and come in onto that left shin completely with the right leg back out long and then fold here. Leave it up to you, what variation works for you. Take a couple breaths. Know that you can always have the support of a blanket underneath the left hip. Beautiful yogis. Eventually bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Wherever you are, tuck your back toes and inch your right knee over. And then we're gonna find three-legged dog. Let your left leg come up towards the sky. Maybe shake it out, circle it out. Beautiful. Left foot comes down to meet the right, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, prepare. Walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat, forward fold. We have one more side of work. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. This is the last chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit down into those heels. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, airplane the arms. Again, drinking bird, lifting those heels up any amount. Letting the heels come down. Maybe you don't hold on to the knee this time as you lift up. And then we have the option to find eagle pose. So let that right leg wrap around, right arm underneath the left. Sit down a little bit deeper. Garuda mudra is here if you'd like to take it. And let's go ahead and begin to unwind very slowly. We're stepping all the way back to warrior two. Take your time. Flip the front palm, peaceful warrior, inhale. And as you exhale, side angle. Again, lots of variations here. Maybe the half bind, maybe the full bind. If you're with me, bird of paradise on this side, look down to the left toes. Begin to inch that right foot up. If it only comes halfway and you want to drag that left foot over, again, tap the toe. And maybe you stay here. This is great work here on the bind. Know that you can just stand up into tree pose if you'd like, or begin to rise up into bird of paradise. Maybe stay here, maybe begin to straighten that left leg any amount. Beautiful. When you've had enough of that, you go ahead and come down. We all meet in forward fold. Taking those nice stretches. As you're ready, lift your right leg up. Supported warrior three, or walking the hands back, standing splits or needle for a moment. Then we walk the hands forward and we find the Shiva squat. So right knee behind the left, bend both knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, lift. Final time, exhale, Shiva squat. Let that right shin come down and very gently walk yourself back, sit down. So we're in our Ardha Matsyendrasana legs. We're going to take a twist. Left arm behind the body, right arm hugs the left knee, gentle twist to the left. This should feel good, especially on the outer hip. Come back to center. We take the counter twist for a moment. And again, we're going to unwind into our 90-90. So I'm going to turn to face the front, and I won't mirror you. So you can bring your left leg around. Your right shin is parallel to the front edge of the mat. Again, try to set it up. Hip, knee, knee, ankle. And then the back leg. Hip, knee, knee, ankle. Again, the toes can be flexed here. This is 90-90. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you find a little hinge forward. Now, know this has the same target area that pigeon does. So if pigeon isn't always accessible for you, especially because of the knees, this is a good one to take. It's also a good one to take into it. And if you're wanting to approach pigeon, begin to inch that left leg back, and maybe the knee stays, or the inside of the knee and the inside of the ankle stays down, and you just feel into this hip a little bit. Do it a little differently. Or you can bring that left leg all the way back. Maybe you tuck your toes a little bit to lift up, bringing a prop underneath that right hip if you need, maybe a blanket or a pillow. You could fold forward, or you could stay lifted in pigeon pose for a moment. Large stretch for the outer hip. Beautiful yogis, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, begin to rise up. Roll over onto that right hip this time and kick that left leg out in front of you. Straighten both legs out for a moment and just shake out the legs. Beautiful. So we're going to end with one forward fold here. We're going to do it a little bit differently today. So know that you have an option to sit up onto the edge of a blanket if you would like, or a small pillow, especially if you have trouble with rounding the spine, as I do. I'm going to help you a little bit with that. So you can elevate the hips a little bit if you'd like. Bring the hands down by the side. And then I want you to bend the knees a little bit today. So this is a little different. Bend the knees and press the heels into the earth. Imagine you could almost drag the heels back towards your body, and what that's going to do is activate your pelvis. So what it's going to help us to do is lengthen versus folding over like this. So keep the knees a little bent, lift up, and then slowly begin to walk the hands forward in a mountain. Notice you might not come too far. Try to keep that little bit of integrity here to keep that pelvis tilted. Beautiful. Now you can start to soften and tuck the chin into the chest, and you can fold and round the spine for a moment. Paschimottanasana. Beautiful yogis. Gently begin to rise back up. Bend into those knees. Plant the soles of the feet onto the earth. Hold on behind the back of the thighs and slowly roll yourself down onto the mat. Once you reach the mat, let the feet come a little bit wider and then just let the knees tent in for a moment. So let the knees kiss. So we did a lot of hip opening today. This form of Shavasana is called constructive rest. You could have a hand on the heart, a hand on the belly for a moment just to relax. So oftentimes, lying flat on the back is not comfortable for the lower back. So know that this variation of Shavasana can be a little bit more supportive for the lower back. You could also find a bolster or pillows or blocks behind the backs of the knees if you want to lengthen your legs out. So this is your final rest. You can stay as you are, or you could lengthen those legs out long on the mat to find your Shavasana. Taking a couple of breaths. We did a lot of work today. Maybe you tried something new. Maybe it didn't happen for you, and that's okay. Know that that is your yoga. Whatever you did today is exactly what you should have done. Working on finding that balance between effort and ease, being able to challenge yourself without causing injury. That in itself is yoga. I have a poem to end class with. This is from Maya Angelou. It's called Caged Bird. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on the dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. That a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream, his wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Yogis, feel free to relax in your final Shavasana for a little bit longer if that's what's calling to you. Otherwise, you can begin to bring some movement into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Perhaps eventually turning this into a nice full body stretch. Hugging the knees into the chest and eventually transitioning onto your left or right side, whichever is calling to you this morning. Use your bicep as a pillow. And then eventually pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. If you would like, we can close out our practice together. Again, I'll offer for you to find Garuda Mudra if you would like, hooking the thumbs, perhaps bringing the wings onto the body or having them out in front. You can close your eyes. That poem, I think, really can help us to get through what we're going through right now. I think a lot of us feel as if we're that caged bird. So we are caged, but here's the thing. As we're sitting here with our eyes closed, with our Garuda Mudra, we can fly many places. So let your mind wander. Let your mind go places that you want to go, see things that you want to see. Take some time out of your day to just imagine the places that you are. It's such a healthy benefit for us. Even if we're caged, we can still let our minds be free.